Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
So we're going to do a kind of what today looks like in a full-time reselling business. It's Monday morning.
Yeah, and we're going to start with some unboxings, which we haven't done on any channel in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. So we'd like to go to the P.O. Box about once a week. So Skylar went this morning, and we have a collection buy and a couple like we buys. And the collection buy is pretty awesome. So we'll show what we got there. And then after that, it's going to be shipping. So every Monday, it's always like a lot of shipping.
There's always over 30 items. Like 30 is kind of the new minimum, which is awesome.
Yeah, and we just crossed the minimum. We'll have to do eBay orders, viewer purchases that were through Instagram. And then we got to prepare for our whatnot, which is in 2 days.
It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of fun.
We got a lot on the docket, and we'll bring you guys with us if you're curious to see what a kind of a regular day in full-time resale looks like. Let's get right into unboxing the P.O. Box items. So we'll just kind of quickly show. This first one is two Wii's, one with Wii Sports, and I think I paid $100, maybe a little bit more for that one with somebody in the Discord. I think it was Tachibana. Shout out. And then a black Wii complete in box with Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. Also paid $100 for that. It was going to be $80. Shipping ended up being more expensive than they thought, so I was fine with just kind of covering the extra in shipping costs. And then this collection is a really nice collection of graded cards and sealed games. $2,500 here, and this was from collection buyouts on Instagram. And I kind of didn't think I was gonna make a deal. I made my offer that I was like, I could do that. It didn't seem like it would go through, but it did. So it's a pretty sweet collection, and I was just looking at the message a little bit, but there's a lot of stuff in here that will be kind of a surprise to me because I didn't think it was going to go through. So these are like newer, I remember these newer Yu-Gi-Oh cards with like their premium gold rares, and they got them graded to SJC. So that's kind of cool. Dark Magician. Then you got a holo of Anthony Edwards, who's a pretty solid player this year. Blue Eyes White Dragon got a 9. It would have been nice to get some 10s. A 7.5 is kind of brutal, especially since these are 2020. An 8. They must be really hard grades. Because I would imagine these were like, I don't know how these came.
Are they easier to scratch or something?
Yeah, it must be because they look really clean on the back.
People who know Yu-Gi-Oh, let us know. Is it hard to get good grades on these
cards? They're kind of thick. Like these must have been pack-ins with some modern product. And an 8, so a 9 was the best grade out of the 4 or 5 there. All right, and then we've got the sealed stuff. So you've got Halo, Star Wars Force Unleashed, Mortal Kombat. It's the Yu-Gi-Oh! GBA with cards.
Okay.
That looks like it's in pretty good shape. So that'll be a second copy of that for me. And then there's a good stack of nice sealed games here, including, Perfect Dark N64, Super Star Wars for SNES, Pink Goes to Hollywood for SNES, and then you've got Xenosaga 2, which is awesome, Breath of the Wild, and I think this is the first print. It is.
For those that don't know, it has 7 controllers on the back.
Yep, that's how you know if it's first print. It is a lot more rare. I don't know, I wouldn't consider it rare, but it's definitely more sought after because Walmart had it for like $30 for years, and that was not the first print, and that's the one everybody has sealed. So that one is a lot harder to find. You had to get it kind of day one. Mario Galaxy.
It's fun.
So like just a lot of popular titles.
More cards?
And yeah, there's a bunch more cards.
Okay.
They're all graded. Look at that. Box full right there. And then you got these. So CGC, definitely a good company to go with if you're going with Pokemon cards like lower end. Lots of 8s of vintage cards and some 9s. There's an 8.5 base set Mewtwo. That's pretty sweet. And looks like another stack of CGC will be here. Yep, so it's vintage all day, 8.5, 8.5. There's an Alakazam. That's a great card. Ooh, love that.
That's not a common card, correct?
Yeah, very uncommon. Expedition, like the 2002 Pokemon cards, years 2000 to 2002.
Specifically the Skarmory, though, right? Or am I wrong?
The Skarmory is just really, really rare to have a 10 in.
Okay.
So that's what is rare about that one. 8.5 Raichu. There's kind of a cool Mew, Shining Mew from 2001. Yeah, that's probably a pretty valuable card. It would be a lot more valuable if it was English. Scyther, Umbreon. That's a cool card. Alakazam, and then that's a hollow version of that like promo Mew. So for those that don't know, it's a lot easier to get high grades on Japanese Pokemon cards because they were just printed like really nice. The English printing is different, and it's a lot harder to get 10s because they're off-centered. There's print defects. There's all sorts of things that happen, but Japanese printing was a lot better. There's probably one of the biggest cards, a BGS 9 of the Dark Charizard, man. We might have to look at getting that like resent off to PSA. Like, I don't know, I'll have to look at it close and see if it has a chance at a 10, which I highly doubt, but it's really clean, man.
We'll
Still
look at
cool.
that one in a little bit.
BGS is the number 2 grader for value. There's a Venusaur. Sorry about the glare. 8.5 Blastoise, Japanese. 7.5 first edition Vaporeon. Ninetales 7. Poliwrath. Houndoom 9. Gotta love that. There's another 9 Houndoom. Pikachu from 2021 General Mills. Wow. And Lapras and Hitmonchan Shadowless. So definitely a tough grade to get an 8.5 on a base set Shadowless card. So that's everything. $2,500 spent. I'm hoping that I spent about half of what everything was worth. It's my goal. It should do pretty well. But now we got to get to shipping. We have a ton of shipping to do. I'll add these to my pile. Alyssa, my wife, actually, her favorite thing to do if we ever hang out down here working in the evenings is to scan cards, and we can just hang out, watch a TV show. She can scan all these in, have them ready for me to list, which I love too. So it works out great. I love buying cards, especially when they're slabbed. And it was 31 sales for $2,500. This was over the weekend. So pretty decent weekend. It's actually one of our lowest that we've had in a while. Our average selling prices started to go down a little bit. We've been kind of had a loose goal of like $100 average selling price, which is crazy, but actually 31 sales at $2,500 is pretty close.
Part of it's kind of because we've had to like rush listings to keep up with the schedule, but we've just been busy with a lot of stuff. But our overall sales is fantastic. And so, like it's
our 90-day total is as high as it's ever been. I think it just passed 110,000. If you have seen our video, like that number is not profit, guys. About 25% of that is what actually goes into the pocket, so keep that in mind. But the reason that number is so high is because of the 90-day challenge we've been doing in the Discord. There's certain things that we've learned that are fantastic for eBay.
It's the 100-day challenge, by the way.
I'm sorry, 100-day challenge. Skylar's got my back. But yeah, we've been doing the challenge. We've been doing daily listing every day. We've been doing end and sell similar for old listings. There's a few things in there that we check off every day, and other people in the Discord have been doing it with us and have seen similar results. Our sales have more than doubled for the 90 days, and I'm really happy about it. I would not have done it without this challenge because we do have so much going on, but I know I gotta get my listings done before we really get to other things. I've already got them done this morning. That was the first thing I did before Skylar got here. And now we can ship and do everything else.
And it's nice having that extra layer of like accountability
with
everybody in the Discord. And I think everybody kind of appreciates that, whether they say it or not. There have been a few messages I'm like, if it wasn't for this challenge, I would be neglecting.
Yeah, I would too.
Neglecting some stuff or like just not want to list. But they're very happy that they have. So
yeah, we're probably going to do another round of that here pretty soon. Once this 100 days is over, we'll have it revamped a little bit, kind of adds a couple other things that we've learned. So if that is something that interests you, the community, the accountability, consider joining the Discord. If you want to put in the work, we'd love to have you. If you don't want to put in the work, please don't join. This is not get rich quick. This is slow and steady. Move at the speed of cash. Work your way up gradually and work hard. And eventually, you can have a business that supports yourself and maybe other people. But only join if you want to put in the work. Those are the only people we want.
Alrighty. So, I pull up eBay, and the first thing I like to do is I like to sort it by custom label SKU right here.
And that's in orders awaiting shipment.
Yep, so since we have a storage system where, if you haven't ever seen our storage system, let's do a little tour. So this is our storage inventory thing. So we have the A shelf, B shelf, blah, blah, blah. But when we list something, we put in the custom label SKU, wherever we're going to put it. If we're putting a video game in A4, we make the custom label SKU A4. So when we go to ship it, we know where to pull it from. And by organizing by SKU, I can easily just go, all right, let me pull everything in the A's and the B's and C and so on.
It's brilliant.
And yes, and then after that, I'll go back and reorganize by buyer name or buyer username more so. That way, if there's somebody that bought 2 items but at separate times, we can still put it in one package.
Yes.
And you'll save yourself some money.
That has saved us money for sure.
Yes. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Sometimes I like making a list. Normally, it'd be nice if the mobile app could sort by SKU. It doesn't. You kind of have to go through. It does show the SKU, but
it's always easier on desktop for this kind of thing.
Yeah, so I'll just kind of memorize 3 or 4 at a time and just go through and pull a bunch of stuff, get it on our shipping table, and we'll start packing.
Skylar has all the non-card orders pulled, and there was 31 sales for $2,500, which is an average sales price of $81. And now
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I like that average sales price, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. But how about you show the top 3 sales and worst 3?
All right, so we got Caution Seaman for the Dreamcast. This one always surprises me, but this is technically sealed. It's sealed on the inside, and then this bottom part is sealed, but the top is open, but it's considered sealed. That sold for $200. We got Metroid. This is from a really nice buy. This sold for $240. It's just really clean, little residue on top. Then we got a sealed Killer Instinct for the Super Nintendo, sold for $300. There's a couple nicks
that has
here and
wear,
there.
and they were aware. Yep.
Yeah, and it is concave a little bit. Then for the worst ones, got these Iditarod cards, which we bought in a big card collection.
They were just part of the bundle, right?
Yeah, and they sold for $10, all of them together.
Yeah.
And then this sold this monstrosity of train cars for $20, but Chase said he's had them for over a year.
Yep.
So we don't like having things sit for that long. What's our sell through time? When do we try?
Yeah,
to have
the goal is to have 100% sell through after 90 days, which we do average, but I think it's actually been closer to 2 years that I've had those, and I had to reprice them, redo the listing, and it finally got them sold.
Jeez, and actually, these can be included in this as well. So we're going through the barn. We got some clips of it. I don't know when you'll see that footage, if we even show it. But we found a bunch of stuff as we were just pulling through and just listing it right then and there outside. And we found these, all these archive edition things. So be on the lookout for these. Some of them are really nice. Like these 2, I think sold for $40. But there's one, volume 7. It's worth like over $150 just by itself.
Yeah.
It's like the last one. And then we sold the entire Doom Patrol set
for $100.
Yeah, and then all of these right here were just other things that we listed right outside.
Yeah.
That were like,
it's nice to get immediate sales.
Quick listings. We have a
70, 30, 30, or 25.
And these were like $13 each.
Yeah, these are like just random accessories can be worth something. These are link cables, DMG-01, I think, for Game Boy.
04.
04. $13. I mean, we had 7 of them. So
yeah, we still got a few more.
it's $70 values.
Yeah, and those sold in 2 days, so we'll probably be out of those in a couple days.
Yeah.
And then this is kind of just another
Skylar made a sale.
I made a sale. Coin. MS-70. That's like the PSA 10 of coins. So
$220. You bought it. You had like $85 total into grading in the coin. Maybe a little more.
$105 including grading. So double up. Surprisingly.
Nice work. If you were to sell, which we do, if you sell 10 items a day, which you kind of have to list 10 items a day in order to make that happen. So list 10 items a day all year, and your average sales price is $75. Which we did average that sales price last year, which is a really high average sales price. But if you source strategically, buy high-end collections, put yourself out there for the high-end market, this is possible. And we've done it. And I think our average sales price is actually going to be higher this year. And you have a 25% margin. That's like $18, $19 profit per item on average. And if you multiply that out by the year, you've got a $68,000 income. And that is just by listing 10 items a day. Mind you, it is difficult to find items of that quality, but if you get into graded cards, high-end games, it becomes possible. So it's just an actual legitimate full-time income by listing 10 items a day through eBay. And that would actually leave you a lot of time to do other things in addition to that, which is what we do. So kind of a cool little thing that you can make a real income listing 10 items a day. There's just part of the equation. If your average sales price goes up, the amount of items you list per day can go down. So you kind of got to figure out what your balance is there. if your average sales price is $50, you might want to do more like 17 items a day. But yeah, we like having a lower amount of items that we list and a higher average sales price for our business model. But you can kind of work that however you want. Do the math, figure out what you need to do, set a goal, stick to it, achieve it, and maybe you can join the 100-day challenge that we're doing on eBay and kind of make your average sales price goal and try to meet that and make a real living by reselling.